Hello my beautiful people, I hope we are all doing great today. I welcome us all once again to Witness Fashion TV. My name is Chinwe. In today's tutorial, I'm going to be teaching us how the easiest way to make a cowl neck top. You can also use this method to make a cowl neck dress. So if this is what you would like to learn, please stay with us to the end of this video. Please, I want to use this opportunity to say a big thank you to all my subscribers, people that have been encouraging me to keep doing lovely videos. And if today is your first time of joining us on this channel, you're so very welcome. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, comment and share with your friends. And also turn on the notification bell as well, so that you get notified once I upload new video. And please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Thank you and God bless. So let's go straight into the tutorial. So these are the materials I'll be using for this tutorial. For this method, you need a paper so that you don't waste your material. So I'll be using this. This is a 1 yard fabric. I have my marker, I have my chalk, I have my pin to pin up close together, and I equally have my tape rule, I have my ruler, I have my scissors, and as well the measurement of the top I'm cutting is in this book. So let's start with our paper. So I'll be using this paper to cut this top first of all, and I'll be cutting the back piece of this clothes first. You would see the reason why I said that it's the best thing for you to do. Always cut your back piece. But even if you're cutting straight in your fabric, it's advisable to cut your back piece first. So I'll be using this part as my shoulder line and this other side as my center front. So I'm going in to take the basic measurements. So I'm measuring the customer's shoulder measurements here. The shoulder is 15, which is 7.5, plus half inch sewing allowance, that's 8 inches. And then the armhole measurement I'm using as well is 8.5 for this particular customer, because her bust is not much. So it's my size. So it's 8.5. I'm come down. So on that part also, I'll measure my shoulder measurement. We already know this basic, but I'm just doing this for the benefit of the newbies, the beginners among us. So I'm going to use those dots to draw my armhole line. So after drawing my armhole line, I'm going to be measuring the bust there. So I'm going to go ahead and increase that line so that you can see very well. Exactly the 8.5 that I used to come down to draw the armhole, that's what I'm marking there. So I'll connect the line this way. So the first thing I'm going to do is measure the bust. The bust measurement of this customer is 36, which is 9 inches. Plus 1 inch sewing allowance, 10 inches. So I'm going to be marking that 10 inches exactly where it is down. So the next thing I'm going to do is to get the half length of this customer. The half length is 15 inches. I'm going to be going down by 15 inches. I will mark it, and exactly on that half length I'm going to be taking her waist measurement. Her waist measurement is 30, which is 7.5, plus half inch sewing allowance, 8.5. This cloth is not having any dart, so I'm not adding any allowance for that. So I'll mark it down. So I'll connect it back to the armhole, to the bust line that I have there. So I'll connect it this way with my ruler. So the next thing is now to go and take the full length of this top. The full length of this top is 22. Then I'll add 1 inch for sewing allowance, so I'll be marking 23. So sorry, this is my camera, so that I did not really understand it. That's why I had to put it this side. But I know you can see what I'm doing. So I'll mark the 23 inches here. I'll shift it forward too. I'll mark the 23 there so I can have a straight line for my hemline. So I'll mark the 23 there. So I'll connect the two lines together. So that's the hemline, that's the full length of this top. So on that line, I'm going to be measuring the hip measurement that I have where this top is going to end. So on that hip measurement, we have 38, which is 9.5. So I'll mark that 38 plus 1 is 20 allowance, so I'll be having 10.5 there. 38 divided by 4 is 9.5, then plus 1 is, that's 10.5. So I'm going to be connecting from this hemline back again to the waistline this way. This is just normal basic of cutting a top, a normal top. So the next thing on this place, I don't like it being sharp, so I'll go ahead and blunt it out like this. So the next thing, I'll go ahead and determine the neck, how wide and how deep I want this back neck to be. So because I don't want it to be too wide, I'm going to be using 3.5. You can decide to use 3, you can decide to use 4. The measurement is not a must, you use what I'm using. Whatever works for you is perfect. But for this neck, I don't want it to be wide. I'll be using 3.5 inches wideness, and then I'll come down by 1.5. So I'll be marking the 3.5 like this, and then on this part I'll be using 1.5. So I will mark it and use it and connect and draw out the back neck. So you can use your armhole curve, or you can just use your free hand, whichever works for you. But me, I like using my instruments whenever I'm cutting. So I draw out my neck. So the next thing is to fold our shoulder. We normally fold shoulder for female with 1 inch. So I will mark that, and I'll use it for my shoulder, connect it back to where the neck is. So this is the basic, what we normally do, the basic way of cutting top. So I'll go ahead and draw out the armhole with my armhole curve, and that's basically it. So I'll go ahead and cut this out now. So guys, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, comment and share with your friends. Whatever question you have, just leave it on the comment section. I'll do my best to reply to all your questions. Thank you so much. So let's continue. I'm done cutting the back piece. So the next thing is to go ahead now and cut the front. But before I cut the front, I'm going to be measuring what I have on this shoulder line. And this is our shoulder line. I'm going to be measuring what we have there. And on that shoulder line, we have 4.5 That's what we call 475. Some people call it 475. Some people call it 4.5. So that's what I have there. I'll have that in mind as I'm cutting my front piece. So I'll bring in this paper as well and use it to cut my front piece. So this is where you pay so much attention. So for this front piece now, the edge of that paper, I'll use it as my normal shoulder line too, as I use for the front, and this other side as my center front. So on that line, I'm going to be measuring, first of all, 11 inches. You can use 12 inches, you can use 13 inches, depending on how deep you want your cowl neck to fall. But I don't want my own to fall so much so it doesn't expose my breast. So I'll be using 11 inches. So I'll first of all mark this 11 inches out. Just pay attention. It's very simple. It's very easy. Mark that 11 inches part. So on where that 11 inches ends, remember we measured what we have on this shoulder line. And I told us it's 4.5. So exactly what I have on this shoulder line now is what I'm going to be measuring this way. See how my tape is going this time around. I'm going to be measuring that exact 4.5, and then I will mark my 11 inches again to be sure that the lines are straight. So I'm going to connect these two lines together. So these two lines I'm connecting now is automatically the shoulder line for the front piece. Just follow me. It's very simple. So this is now the shoulder line for the front piece. So where the shoulder line for this front piece stops, that's where we're going to be mark our armhole. But before we mark our armhole too, we'll come back to the back piece and measure exactly what we have on the back piece. So it's what I have on the back piece armhole. That's what I will use to mark my front piece, because the two must be the same. They must align. So on this back piece, I have 9 inches. So for me to get these 9 inches, I will go down by 6 inches. First of all, I went down by 6 inches. it didn't give me the 9 inches that I want. Then I have to remark it again and go down by 7. So here you go down by 6 inches or 7 inches rather, like I said, because that's what succeeded in giving me what I want. Because the armhole is not straight, I will now use it to create an armhole. You can use your armhole curve to do this, or you can just use your free hand in this part to get a nice curve that can fit in to the armhole that you have in the front piece. So on that part, I will go ahead and measure the bust. Remember, our bust is 9 plus 1, that's 10. So I'll measure the 10 inches. Wherever the 10 inches ends, that's where this my armhole shaping must end for this front piece. So this is where the armhole is. So guys, after drawing this first armhole, like I told us before, it didn't give me the 9 inches that I want. So I had to go ahead and increase the line and draw it again. So just watch, you understand what I'm trying to explain. So I measured it here, and it's now up to 9 inches. Remember, it's 9 inches that we have on the armhole on the back piece that we first of all cut. So I increased it by 7 inches. Then I went down by 7 inches this time, and then I created an armhole. Remember, that's our 10 inches for bust where it is, because I remember I said that the armhole must end on that bust measurement. So I created another armhole, and this one now gave me exactly the 9 inches that I'm looking for. So this is our armhole here. So we are good with our armhole. I've created my armhole for the front piece. So I'm checking to be sure that my bust measurements ends where the armhole is. So, and I have exactly what I want there, which is 10 inches. 36 divided by 4, 9 plus 1 is sewing allowance, that's 10. So that's now where this is now my new armhole. So like I said, this is very simple. Just follow me, you will understand. So I'm checking to be sure I have my 9 inches. And voila, I have my 9 inches, exactly the 9 inches that I want. That's what I have here. So the armhole is created. So the next thing is now going to take the full measurement of this top. Before I take the full measurement, I'm going to mark exactly what I have on this armhole. I'll mark it on this part of this fabric or paper, our pattern paper, because it's from there that I'm going to be taking my full measurement. So you can just use your tape and mark your full measurements like this. Remember, it's 23, or you just place the first pattern that you created, that's the back pattern, and then you trace out. And then you trace out like this. It's trace out exactly the shape that you have on the back pattern. You trace it on the front pattern. It's easier this way though, so that you not have to go and start checking, measuring waist, measuring hip and all that. So you just place it like this and cut and shape out. So this is the shape that we have now, exactly what we have on the back piece. So remember, when you're placing this pattern to shape out your front piece, this is what I want you to have in mind. Make sure that this paper, that shoulder line on this front, is aligning with the shoulder line on the back that you have already. So I'm taking this back again. From this part, I used 11 inches to go in, and where that 11 inches ended, I came in to form my shoulder line using what I have on this back piece, which is 4.5 1/4. I mark it down, and then from that 4.5 1/4, what exactly I have here, I bring it to this side for the purpose of taking the full length. Then from that 4.5 1/4, I determine my armhole, which is exactly what is on the back piece. That's what I must have there, which is 9 inches, and it's that 9 inches that I have on this my front piece. So I'm trying to explain it the second time so that we can understand it very well. So I went down by 7 inches from that part to create my armhole like this. And then I now go ahead and place the bag on the front. So when you're placing this bag, you must make sure that one, the shoulder line of this bag or the neck is on this marking that you have here, one, or that the shoulder line of this bag is aligning exactly where the shoulder line of the front is stopping. You place that one there, or the armhole spot where the armhole is stopping, you make sure that that's where the armhole of the front piece too is equally ending. So you now place it and draw out your paper. So now we are done. So the next thing is to go ahead and do what? Follow exactly the shape that we have on the paper and cut it out. So I'll cut it out and come and show us the next thing to do. So guys, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, comment and share with your friends. And if today is your first time of joining us on this channel, please don't forget to subscribe, turn on the notification bell as well so that you get notified once I upload new videos. Thank you. So I'm done cutting the front and the back. So this is the back and this is the front, and this is the shoulder line of our front piece. So this shoulder line will align with the shoulder line of the back like this. That's where we're going to be joining it. So we are going to be using this paper, fold our fabric and cut our material. So here I folded my fabric. Remember that this center must be on fold for both front and back because the cloth is not having any zipper. So I folded it. So I'm going to use it, the paper, exactly the shape that we created on the paper. That's what we are going to be cutting on this our fabric. So I'll cut the front piece as well, and then come and show us the next thing. The first thing we are going to be doing on this our beautiful top that we are making. So guys, I've equally cut the front piece here. As you can see, exactly what I have on the paper, that's what I have on the fabric. So I'll bring in the back piece here. So this is the back piece. So I'll now go ahead and remove the papers. So I will start working on our top. So the first thing we are going to be doing on this top is we are going to be turning the back neck first of all with bias. So this is the back neck that I'm talking about. So we are going to be using bias. So this is bias. We're going to be using bias to turn the neck. So we'll bring in the front piece too. This line here is the front neck. So we are going to be turning it by folding our fabric a little in and so, or I use my bias. There's equally a way that you can use lining to cut this, but because this fabric is small, maybe I will do another video on how you can line in this front part to make it thicker. How you can double it when you're cutting so that this front part will have lining inside and make it thicker and more beautiful. So if you want me to do a video on that, just drop a comment on the comment section. So after doing that, the first thing we are going to be doing is to join the shoulders, the two shoulders. So this is the shoulder of the front piece. Remember, the long part is our neck. So, and this is our shoulder. So I'll grab this front piece and join it with the shoulder of the back piece. Right side facing each other together like this. And then I'll take it to the sewing machine and sew it down with 1/2 inches seam allowance. But I'm going to be pinning them down with my pin first of all, so you can understand what I'm saying. So I'll pin it, this shoulder, I also do the same thing on the other side. I'll join the two shoulders of the front piece and that of the back piece together. Exactly what I did on the other part. Pin them down. I'll take it to the sewing machine and join them together using 1/2 inch seam allowance. And then I come and show us the next thing to do. So guys, here I've joined the shoulder, I've turned the neck with bias, both the front and the back neck with bias, and I've joined the shoulder using 1/2 inch sewing allowance. So I'm flip it over. So can you see that our cow neck is already cowing? So this is the clothes. So can you see the cow neck is already forming beautifully? Yeah, so here, if you're making a sleeveless top, you can just, you no need to add sleeve, but this my own is going to be having sleeve, so I'm going to be adding my sleeve. I want it to have a long sleeve, so I will use the remaining fabric that I have to form my sleeve. Join my two sides together, hem the down part and mark down. But if you don't want to add sleeve, you just use bias like this and turn the sleeve, give it in so you have a neat finishing. You join your two sides together, fold your down part, and that's it. So I'm going to be using this remaining fabric to form my sleeve. Join it to these clothes, join my two sides together, and finish up the clothes. So guys, here I've joined my sleeve. Like I said, I added a long sleeve with rubber band at the wrist side. So let me turn it out so you can see what my sleeve looks, my top looks like. So this is the sleeve. I told you I added elastic at the wrist side because that's the style I want. And then this is the hem side. I've hemmed it already with 1 inch sewing allowance. So at the back, when you're making a cow neck, please always remember to add this rope at the back. It helps to keep the neck in place so that the neck will not just be falling off or going wider than it should. So remember, when I'm cutting this top, the neck wideness I used was 3.5, so that invariably is 7 inches. So this rope is 8 inches, so I'll be sewing 1/2 inch on this part, one edge of the rope, 1/2 inch on this part, and 1/2 inch on this other part. So I'm adding this rope exactly at the back side, immediately after the shoulder line. On that back side, I'll just attach this rope. So I'm going to wear this top so that we can see the final look. If you have stayed with us till this part of the video, thank you so much. Please don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, comment, and share with your friends. And if today is your first time of joining us on this channel, please don't forget to hit the subscription button and turn on the notification bell as well, so that you get notified once I upload new videos. And to my returning subscribers, thank you so much for always staying with us, and God bless. So this is me rocking my top. I rocked it to my shop. So this is that back piece I was telling us about, the rope I added at the back piece to help keep the neck in check. So can you see that the cow neck is really cowing? Even my camera did not really do justice to the beauty of this top, because when I wore it, people were like, wow, this your top is so fine, the cow neck is so beautiful. So let me know if you're going to be trying this out on the comment section. And if you have any question or thought to ask, please do drop your question on the comment section. I'll try my best to answer it. So guys, we've come to the end of today's tutorial. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, comment, and share with your friends. And to my old subscribers, thank you so much, and God bless you. If today is your first time of joining us, please don't forget to hit the subscription button and turn on the notification bell as well so that you get notified once I upload new videos. Till I see you once again in my next video, do take care of yourself. Bye bye.